So one of the things that the A-series samplers are known for, fortunately, are these really bad encoders. And over time, these things get really unresponsive and just a real pain in the ass to work with. I used to have an A4000 that had the same issue, and over the span of a couple of years, they just got so bad that just made the entire unit impossible to work with, so I ended up having to sell it. But I bought this unit recently, and it's become a bit of a pet project of mine. So I'd like to be able to, bring it up to as close to like new condition as possible. But unfortunately, the encoder issue is there, and they could definitely use a little bit of TLC. Now, to fix the encoders, you got a couple options. You can either replace the entire encoder board if you can find one online. I recommend buying one new. That is, unless your board itself is completely unusable or not working at all. In that case, you can just buy a used one, but chances are you're still going to have that encoder issue. So the other option is just to buy the individual encoders, and you can get them off a place like Mouser. Definitely don't buy them off Reverb or eBay. These guys are charging like $20 a pop, and you don't want to buy $100 for 5 encoders. But the cheapest option, which is probably the one I recommend first, if you do have this encoder issue, is just to buy some Deoxit. And then what you can do is just use this contact cleaner to spray between the gap here, and just let gravity do its job, and then work that in, and hopefully you can improve some of the responsiveness of the encoders. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here, and when I come back, I'll show you how to do exactly that. All right, so for this fix, all we're going to be doing is just spraying a bit of contact solution in between the gaps here. I don't know if you can see that, but try to do your best to get as much in there, and then just twist the encoders back and forth to work it in. By the way, you don't have to remove the entire faceplate to do this. I just did it to get a bit more access to these encoders. The faceplate can be removed right here. It's just 3 screws and it pops right out really easy. I also removed the display as a precaution because I didn't want to get any overspray on it. But yeah, let's just go ahead and try them out real quick. So basically what you want to do is just get into the gap there. See if I can, it's hard to hold this camera and do this at the same time. And then once you have that, I'm just going to twist it back and forth a couple times, work it in, and we'll keep doing that over the span, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 times for each one of the encoders, and then we'll go ahead and test it out. So for the sake of time, I'm just going to go ahead and do this and then come back, and then hopefully test it out, see if it works. All right, so I did my best to try to get as much of the contact cleaner in between these gaps. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little bit of give here on the encoder. And if you pull on it, it opens up the gap a little bit more so that you can spray more of the cleaner in. These things are incredibly slippery once you get contact cleaner on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just pop these caps back on. And now what we're going to do is just check and see if there's any improvement. So let's go ahead and start turning encoders. This one's not too bad. Seems to be improved a bit. Now these two and this one are working generally about the same. These two are the ones that are the worst. So this one looks okay. This one looks like it's working fine. It's not skipping around too much, I can tell. Let's go ahead and check this one. This one doesn't even move when you, there we go. Let's see, you shouldn't be skipping back and forth like that. But it is working. Maybe not as precisely as I would like, but it's working. Let's check and see. This one's pretty bad. So let's see. This one's a little bit of an improvement. Should definitely not be taking this long to get to 0, but okay. Yeah, I would say there's a marginal improvement. See, there it starts to skip a bit. So we're trying to avoid. Okay, that's okay. Let's try this last one here. Yeah, see, that one's skipping a bit. Still a little bit of an improvement over how it was before. So yeah, it's hard to tell. I would say there's a little bit of an improvement. I'm not sure if the effort is worth the end result. But if you're desperate and that's all you got and you don't have a lot of money to spend, get yourself some Deoxit, spray these encoders down, and see if that helps out a little bit. As far as I can tell, I don't know. Still on the fence. I'm not sure it's done too much, but I'll take what I can get at this point. Eventually, hopefully, what I can do is just go ahead and replace the encoders altogether. So, yeah, again, hopefully this helps somebody. And as always, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.